Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super discussion video. I am once again joined by the one, the only, the other half of the dynamic duo, MJ over at MJTV. Man, why don't you say hello to everyone listening?
Hello, everyone that's listening.
Anyway, guys, today we're going to be talking about something. Okay, a couple of weeks ago, man, I did a video saying Universe 7 cannot beat Universe 11. They cannot. They just can't win this tournament. I know we're probably going to get another Ultra Instinct Goku. We're probably going to get more from Vegeta's new transformation. 17 still in the game. Frieza's yet to do basically anything. And Gohan was brought back for a reason. I understand that. And I wouldn't be overly mad about Universe 7 winning. I just personally think that at this point, it would be too much of a, pulling something from you-know-where down under. For them to really focus on telling a good story and not just one that's full of conveniences and plot devices that's going to allow Universe 7 to win at the end of the day. And I think it might even be more compelling for the series to have Goku and Co. actually lose this tournament. Now, how they're brought back or anything else like that, we're not really sure. Maybe the Zenos just like Goku so much that they're unwilling to destroy his universe. But, I mean, just taking what you've seen thus far from episode, I forget when this whole thing started, but let's just say episode 100 to episode 123 and beyond, everything that we know. And we might be getting into spoiler territory here, people, so please just, know that before you go in. But taking from episode 123 backwards, what do you think, man? Do you think it's possible for Goku and Vegeta, Gohan and 17 and Frieza to pull out a win between Dispo, Topo, and Jiren at this point? Or do you think it would be better for the story for them to pull up a really good fight but ultimately lose at the end of the day?
I've been saying this a lot. I feel like what they're going to do is that they're going to have Jiren win. You know what I mean? Just defeat Goku, Frieza, Vegeta, whoever comes up to him, right? Or even Gohan. He's going to defeat them, and then he's going to wish them back. You know what I mean? We talked about this in multiple videos, even though I'm not too much of a fan of it. I think that's the route they're going to go, where he's going to put aside his own wish and not be selfish. You know what I mean? And he's going to bring them back because he started to respect, or I guess, how do you say, like Goku and Vegeta, that whole trope where Goku changes everybody that he comes into contact with, even though I'm not too sure if that's what they should do with him because of obviously Hit. That's already kind of been done, especially in that same exact fashion, just without the wish. But anyways, yeah, I feel like Universe 11 has been conveyed to be this ultimate threat, like this ultimate wall. And as of right now, as of this arc, as of 123, as of the spoilers that we know of, I don't think Goku can break down that wall. At least not in this tournament and in this arc. Maybe in the future, possibly. Yeah, but not right now. I feel like, and this goes along with Keelan's theory. There's a huge debate right now in the power scaling community if Jiren is really stronger than Beerus and if Ultra Instinct Goku is really stronger than Beerus, right? Keelan has the theory that Beerus was more so shocked that the fact that Goku was able to obtain that technique in such a short amount of time, because even if you factor in their time in the room of spirit and time, it's only been like 10 years, less than 10 years that Goku's been training with these guys, and Beerus has been trying to learn mastery of self-movement for like, the dude, for all we know, has been with Whis for millions of years or thousands of years, you know what I mean? So I think where they're going with it is that he's shocked, and this is Keelan's theory too, is that they are shocked that he learned this so quickly, but when it comes to who would win in a fight, Goku's not going to beat Beerus easily. It's still more so that they're going to be rivals to each other because it kind of dates back to what the Oracle Fish said, and I think that's what Jiren's role is in this tournament and why Goku's not going to beat him. If Jiren really is got a destruction level, if he really is Beerus's level or stronger than Beerus, he's going to be that wall and they're not going to beat it. However, though, what Universe 11 is their plot devices, especially Jiren. He's the plot device to get Goku to that level, to be a rival to Beerus, He's there to help break their limits and get them there, but as far as winning the tournament, I don't think so.
I've heard somewhat of the same thing, but also differently. You and I have talked it even differently, saying that Jiren is going to be the thing that puts Goku and Vegeta over Gods of Destruction, so we get past that hierarchy that was established at the very beginning of this series. I've said this before. I said this on my live stream the other night. When we have Goku and Vegeta throughout all of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, we have someone stronger than them. Yes, we always have people like Frieza come in, or Cell stronger than Frieza. The androids are stronger than Frieza. Boo's stronger than all of them combined. And, it just keeps growing on itself. But we've never established a hierarchy like Dragon Ball Super has. I mean, even if Goku get to a point, even if they're having a hard time fighting Hit, there's always Beerus, and then there's always Whis, and then there's always other angels and gods of destruction, and then the Grand Priest, and then Zeno, and then Zeno's guards. We don't know exactly how strong everyone is, but we do know that Goku and Vegeta are nowhere close to the top of the mountain. And I think once if they use Jiren to get Goku and Vegeta over that first hump of being stronger than Beerus, then they open up the possibilities of some awesome things happening in the future of the series, where Goku and Vegeta have to take care of something that Beerus can't handle, and then there's a lot more stakes involved, and the show can start progressing and getting a little bit more mature as it goes forward. But yeah, I agree. It could be so that Jiren is just getting them to that level, and this is the story that they decided to tell at this point. But really, I mean, if they end up fighting Jiren and winning, if Goku and Vegeta take Whis' advice, as they seem to be doing right now, and the only way they can win is ganging together, fighting one-on-one as a team, or even learning to fight with each other, as we said in the last episode, they're fighting kind of off sync, but that's taking Jiren out of it a little bit more if they were fighting in complete unison. Say they do figure out how to fight in complete unison, they have a strategy. Do you see them taking out Jiren? Do you see that being a satisfying conclusion of this arc? Or would you want something a little bit differently? Because there's so many different ways they can take this. There's fusion, there's Goku going head to head with Jiren and winning and or losing. There's a lot of ways, or even they could have more people on the stage at the very end of this than the Pride Troopers do, and they win by default. Do any of those sound acceptable to you? Which one's the best? And at the same time, do you feel like the fandom will be accepting of any of those endings?
Well, Goku and Vegeta working together, I think that's something I could possibly accept, because it's kind of been foreshadowed. They've been kind of bringing back a lot of what Whis told them in the ROF movie and in the ROF arc. So I can definitely see them pulling that out, where, them working together is like the ultimate force that even Beerus would have trouble with, or like Golden Frieza would have trouble with, depending on which version you watch. That would be cool if they did that, because that would actually, it kind of tells us, okay, yeah, they were paying attention to all that training they did with Whis. My whole thing, though, and this kind of, even though you said Goku and Vegeta, my whole thing with Goku winning this tournament in general, or just coming, coming over that wall and defeating Jiren. Did I say coming over that wall? You know what? To defeating Jiren, I just want to say, I don't think this tournament, even though it's been so fun to watch weekly, I don't know how it is going to be when we binge it or when I binge it, but it's been so fun to watch weekly. I still don't think that this tournament has warranted a win by Goku. What I mean by that is, in every tournament, Goku has lost except for the 23rd tournament. And one of the reasons why I love Dragon Ball more so than Super Z, like that first story, that first portion of Dragon Ball, is just how special Goku's win was against Piccolo. Because not a lot of people do this, but I do this. I combine the 22nd tournament, like the start of when Goku arrives on that island by himself, right after training. I combined the 22nd tournament all the way to the 23rd tournament. So I combined it all together just because of how everything segues into each other, So I combined that all into one huge story arc with Goku finally winning. The conclusion is Goku finally winning and being announced the best martial artist under the heavens. So I kind of like that. But since then, Goku's never won a tournament, you know what I mean? Even in GT, Goku didn't win a tournament. So it's like, I don't think this tournament warrants a win for Goku. Again, it's been so fun to watch. Jiren's been so alpha. I still think it hasn't really done anything for me to say, you know what, I'm going to be happy if Goku wins this, Now, that just kind of leads more into the fact that why I think Universe 11 should win, whether it be Tobo or Jiren, whoever's announced as the winner and gets to wish, I feel like they should actually win and defeat Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, Frieza, and even 17. I just think that, with everything that's happened, they still don't deserve a win. That sounds kind of messed up, you know what I mean? But I just think, at least not right now, they should defeat, Jiren. But Goku and Vegeta working together, I could somewhat, stomach that. But here's my thing. If Goku and Vegeta work together and defeat Jiren, then, and remember, it's not individually. So you still have that idea of where, oh, could Goku defeated him by himself? We don't know, but maybe in the next arc, if we get a one-on-one rematch, you could do it where they beat Jiren and they're so exhausted and they're tired, after everything they've done in this tournament, that maybe Toppo perhaps comes in and takes them out, and Toppo's like announced the winner. Me and you have been a huge fan of Toppo, and and I would like that if Goku and Vegeta spent so much on Jiren just to defeat him, just to break this wall down together, that when the time comes, they don't have enough power to fight off what's left, and that being Toppo. And I think that'd be kind of cool, but I don't know what your thoughts are.
I mean, it really is a possibility that they end up losing to Jiren or they end up losing to Toppo. Heck, maybe even Dispo. We're not sure. Dispo really seems like the cannon fodder of the Universe 11 team. Like, he's just there to be the easy out at some point before the end of the tournament to give Universe 7 just another win. And that really goes to what I was saying earlier. They have 5 versus 3. If they get Dispo out, and yes, they might get 17 out, then it's 4 versus 2. And they could just win by default. I will kind of go against what you were saying when it comes to Goku winning. I could definitely see Goku winning because he only seems to win when there's something really big at stake. And, I mean, this is the biggest stakes that we've ever seen in any Dragon Ball tournament thus far. I mean, if they lose, they're all gone. There's no more story to be told. So I can get behind Goku winning against Jiren, beating everybody and winning the tournament, keeping his promise to Beerus. The only problem with that, though, is even though we as an audience perceive everything as the end of the universe, end of the multiverse, they're going to be erased. The idea that most of the gods of destruction, most of the gods of creation who have been erased right now, there's absolutely no apprehension to it. They're all kind of accepting of their fate and they go with smiles on their faces. It's going to be weird. I mean, that kind of downplays the severity of the situation, and I'm wondering if Universe 7 gets erased after all of the growth that we've seen from Beerus. I mean, he was so apprehensive about this to the point where now he's accepting, he's learning the names of everyone who's fighting on his team, and he's able to respect them for how well they fought, how hard they fought. I'm wondering if even Beerus at the end of the day won't be mad about this, and no one will be mad about this, and they're all going to go peacefully into the night until Toppo or Jiren or anyone else, if the Universe 11 wins, wishes them back. Heck, even Zeno could bring them back. What if Zeno's just like, that was so much fun, I made a mistake, let's just bring back all the universes, especially Universe 7, because they gave us the best show out of everyone. They took out all these other universes and had the most fights overall. That would have been, that could be interesting, a little anticlimactic in my opinion, and that's why I think they have to win. It's just, I don't know if it works for the story. I don't know if Goku and Vegeta either beating Jiren, winning by default, or anything else like that really works for the story, considering Universe 11's sheer dominance. And also, besides the problems that we've pointed out with Jiren this entire time, the fact that he's not eliminating anyone, and he's just kind of simply incapacitating people, that's a big flaw. But is it a big enough flaw to accidentally lose the tournament? I'm not sure.
It's weird, it's iffy, and I think this kind of comes down to what I've been saying a lot with like people like in private calls. Is like, how can they really end this tournament to appease everybody? You know what I mean? To like make everybody happy, and I don't think they can. You really can't make everyone happy. There's gonna be someone who's gonna be really mad. There's gonna be huge fans of Jiren who are like, nah, man, it's a butt pull. Goku Vegeta should have defeated him, and then you're gonna have people like, oh my god, Goku's winning the story. I mean, it's gonna be like, it's hard to really say exactly what can happen, but I think the one thing we've kind of disagreed on here throughout, even if we did disagree a bit, is that the idea that Jiren is here to get them to a level beyond that. And that's why he is what he is. That's why maybe some people find him boring. That's why he's so alpha. You know what I mean? It's kind of like taking a god of destruction off the stage, putting him in the tournament, and then have Goku and Vegeta fight him. You know what I mean? I think that's basically what's supposed to be, the story there, is that he's at that level. He's so much stronger than Goku and Vegeta, and they have to do what they can to defeat him. But do they really? It's hard to say, man. But now I understand why you wanted to do this this video.
I don't think they're gonna win. Like, just my speculation here. I know it makes a whole lot of sense for them to win. They're the main characters of the story. We're obviously still in the 10-year time skip. They're going to be brought back in some way. Of course, we don't know if they were brought back in Universe 7. We don't know about that. But I don't think they're going to win. I think this tournament, as much as it's gone to show Vegeta and Goku and everyone else breaking their limits, fighting to the best of their abilities, fighting ways that they never thought that they would fight with each other, I just don't see it happening. Jiren is just too strong. And even though we have a couple months left of this arc, it's not enough time. At least in my opinion, it's not enough time to give us a new transformation that's going to feel so genuine and so real, and something that they were building up to this entire time that's going to turn the tide for Universe 7 and make them win by default because they have someone who can beat Jiren, someone who could beat Topo. It's not like the Cell games. The Cell games had a whole lot of buildup. It gave everyone shine. You didn't really know exactly when it was going to end, and when they gave Gohan that Super Saiyan 2 transformation, you realize that this had been on the tip of its tongue for the whole time. This is what they were building towards, not just in this arc, but in so many arcs before that. Goku might be in that position right now, but we've already seen glimpses and hints of what Ultra Instinct is, and it hasn't been enough to stop Jiren. It hasn't been enough to even stop Kefla if he, didn't have that last-minute Kamehameha wave. So, yeah, him perfecting this after they've stated and have this hierarchy that we were talking about, where the gods of destruction have a very hard time, if not impossible, for them to actually figure out how to use it, that to me, it's not going to feel genuine. At least that in that way. Like, I don't think Goku, as cool as he is, as much of a fighting genius as he is, much as he's willing to kind of turn off his brain and just let himself fight in that way, I feel like him getting a perfected Ultra Instinct to the point where he's actually winning against Jiren or Topo or anyone else like that, that puts him on that Beerus level. I think at the end of the day, you piss off more fans than you appease, and that's what's going to really shake up the end of this tournament. If Goku wins, people are mad. If he loses, people are mad. Everyone is mad. At least some ways, everyone's mad. And I'm going to be really interested to see, because at this point, we just don't know.
You know what would pop me is if after Goku mastered Ultra Instinct and he's fighting Jiren and he, like, let's say, I don't know, he punches Jiren in the gut, and then Goku is just like, with this whole pose, Jiren looks up and then he says, "Now I can use 50% of my power." I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, I completely agree with you. It's hard to say because you really are gonna make, fans mad. You can't make everybody happy, but I think what we're trying to get with this video is that most likely Universe 11 is gonna win, and they probably should win.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that would be the one that I would be willing to accept, because at this point, our characters in Universe 7 have already stated that they're going to use their wish to bring back other universes like Universe 6. We don't know what the Pride Troopers are going to wish for. We don't want to know what Jiren's wish is going to wish for, but they are good guys. They've made it very clear that they're good guys, and them bringing back the universes makes sense, especially with fighting for justice and peace and love and humanity. They don't want to be a part of this. They haven't been eliminating a lot of people, so they're not the cause of all these universes' destructions. The only problem with this, especially if it's Jiren, is that you replay the exact same story elements that you played with Hit, where he wanted the cube and then he gave up the cube by eliminating himself in the tournament, and we don't know why, other than, oh yeah, he just changed, or this is just the way he always was, or yada yada yada. And outside of that, I feel like that is the best possible ending here. We get Goku and Vegeta breaking their limits, being as strong as they've ever been, but knowing they can get stronger because they fought Jiren. But we've seen this before in Dragon Ball Super, and I'm not really happy with it. It's just the only logical way.
Plus, it's also a cop-out, too, because that means we probably won't know what Jiren's wish is. That's totally a Toriyama cop-out. It's a whole Dr. Rhoda joke. Like, what's Jiren's wish? We'll never know. You know what I mean? Because I can definitely see Jiren being on the pedestal where he tells the Grand Priest his wish. You have Topo, like, make your wish, Jiren, And then Jiren tells the Grand Priest he wants to bring back the universes, and then Vermouth's like, what? What about your wish? And then Jiren's gonna be like, I respect Son Goku. I'm bringing them back. And then it's like, okay, so we don't know what the wish is. They're never going to tell us.
Oh, yeah. It's like, okay, whatever. Okay. Yeah, no, I completely agree. But I could just see. Can't you just see that happening, though?
Total cop-out.
But either way, if they do that, I have to say I'd be happier if Universe 11 wins and it's a cop-out wish than if they figure out, because there's still implications of that. You know, bringing back all the universes, there's still serious implications of that, as we discussed before, where they can bring back the other 6 universes that Zeno destroyed, and we're right back in it. I was talking about this last night. Universe 6 is still important because of the people in there. Universe 11 is still strong. The 4 other universes could potentially be strong and worth exploring at some point. And then bringing back 6 universes that we've never seen or even heard of before, outside of just the Future Trunks arc, we're right back at it because we have Universe 7 surrounded by 11 other universes that are potentially interesting and worth exploring, and we've lost nothing from the Tournament of Power other than just 6 universes that we went up against are just kind of cannon fodder and don't have enemies worth exploring because they won't stand up to Goku and Vegeta. We lose nothing, and yet we gain a lot more story potential that way. I like it.
No, yeah, I agree with that. That's fine. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we're going to leave it at that. I hope everyone has enjoyed this discussion. Tell us in the comment section below whether you think Universe 7 has a chance of beating Universe 11. How do you think the Tournament of Power is going to end? Do you think that it's going to satisfy you? I mean, just be realistic or as speculative as possible. Do you think it's going to satisfy you? Tell us that in the comment section below. Don't forget to go down to the description section below, hit that link, and go subscribe to MJ. Guy makes some really awesome content, Dragon Ball Super discussions every single day. Reviews, speculations, breakdowns of the episodes, and like always, the versus battles. They're really awesome. You don't want to miss any of them. At the same time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell over by the subscriber button to notify you every single time I upload. Share this video out to all your friends. I hope everyone has a fantastic day. It's been real.